Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. In this video, we are going to take a pedagogy quiz. You can assess your test preparation by taking this quiz. A question will appear on screen and you will have 10 seconds to answer. After 10 seconds, correct option will be highlighted with green color. So let's start the quiz. What does the term pedagogy refer to? The study of children's behavior, the art and science of teaching, the psychology of learning, the assessment of educational system. What is the main focus of experiential learning theory proposed by David Cole? Learning through direct experience and reflection, learning through observation and imitation, learning through drill and practice, learning through lectures and presentations. Goal of pedagogy: A. Transmitting knowledge, B. Promoting critical thinking, C. Fostering creativity, D. Enhancing memorization. And the right option is promoting critical thinking. What is the primary focus of the Montessori method? Teacher-centered instruction, B. Promoting critical thinking, C. Fostering creativity, D. Student-centered learning. And the correct option is student-centered learning. According to Bloom's taxonomy, which level of learning involves the ability to apply knowledge and concepts in new situations, remembering, understanding, applying, or evaluating? The correct option is applying. Which teaching strategy emphasizes learning through hands-on experience and real-world application? Direct instruction, experiential learning, C. Inquiry-based learning, D. Lecturing. Correct option is experiential learning. What is the main objective of differentiated instruction? Providing the same learning material to all students, tailoring instruction to meet individual student needs, implementing a one-size-fits-all approach to teaching, focusing solely on gifted students. And the correct option is option B, tailoring instruction to meet individual student needs. Who proposed the theory of multiple intelligences? Jean Piaget, Lev Vygotsky, Howard Gardner, Benjamin Bloom. And the correct option is option C, Howard Gardner. In direct instruction, what is the role of teacher? A. Facilitator, B. Observer, C. Lecturer, D. None of the above. And the correct option is option C. Lecturer. What is the primary goal of the Socratic method? Encouraging memorization, fostering critical thinking through questioning, C. Promoting rote learning, D. Presenting information through lectures. Correct option is option B. Fostering critical thinking. Which teaching strategy involves breaking down complex tasks into smaller, more manageable steps? Project based, B. Scaffolding, C. Chunking, none of the above. Correct option is option C. Chunking. Which one of the following is not a key principle of constructive pedagogy? A. Student-centered learning, B. Active engagement, C. Direct instruction, D. Real-world relevance. And correct option is option C. Direct instruction. Which learning theory emphasizes the importance of observation and imitation? A. Behaviorism, B. Constructivism, C. Social learning theory, D. Cognitivism. And the correct option is option C. Social learning theory. In the context of differentiated instruction, what does differentiation refer to? Providing the same learning activities for all students, opting instruction to meet the needs of diverse learners, ignoring individual student needs, focusing only on high achieving students. Which of the following teaching strategies is most closely associated with the concept of inquiry-based learning? A. Lecture, drill and practice, C. Problem-based learning, D. Direct instruction. And correct option is option C. Problem-based learning. What's the primary goal of formative assessment? To evaluate student learning at the end of unit, to provide feedback to student during the learning process, to assign grades for student performance, to rank students against each other. Correct option is option B. What is the role of metacognition in learning? Memorizing facts and figures, B. Understanding complex concepts, C. Monitoring and regulating one's own learning, D. Collaborating with peers on groups projects. Correct option is option C. Monitoring and regulating one's own learning process. What does constructivism emphasize in learning? Passive absorption of knowledge, B. Memorization of facts, C. Active construction of knowledge, D. Rote learning. The correct option is option C. Active construction of knowledge. Which of the following is an example of behaviorist teaching strategy? Inquiry-based learning, lecture and note-taking, group discussions, problem-based learning. And the right option is option B. Lecture and note-taking. Which of the following is not a stage in Jean Piaget's theory of cognitive development? Sensoromotor, concrete operational, abstract operation, formal operation, And the correct option is option C, abstract operation. What does the term scaffolding mean in the context of education? Providing support to help students learn new concepts, assessing students' prior knowledge, evaluating students' performance, grouping students based on ability. And correct option is option A, providing support to help students learn new concepts. Which learning theory emphasizes the role of mental processes such as memory, problem solving, and decision making, behaviorism, constructivism, cognitivism, humanism. The correct option is option C, cognitivism. According to the social learning theory, what plays a crucial role in the learning process? Genetics, environmental factors, IQ, option D, socioeconomic status, and the correct answer is option B, environmental factors. Which of the following is an example of a formative assessment? A, final exam, B, pop quiz, C, term paper, D, midterm assessment. And the correct option is option B, pop quiz. What is the primary purpose of a concept map in teaching and learning? To summarize lecture notes, B, to evaluate student performance, to assess prior knowledge, D, to visualize, organize and correct ideas. Correct option is option D. Which of the following is not a characteristic of growth mindset? Embracing challenges, viewing mistakes as opportunities for learning, believing that intelligence is fixed and unchangeable, persisting in the face of setbacks. And the correct option is option C, believing that intelligence is fixed. Which of the following is an example of a summative assessment? Class discussion, portfolio assessment, homework assignment, final project. And the correct option is option D, final project. Which instructional strategy involves grouping students with varying abilities to work together on a shared task or project? Differentiated instruction, cooperative learning, mastery learning, direct instruction, and the correct option is option B, cooperative learning. What is the primary purpose of a rubric in assessment? To assign grades arbitrarily, to provide feedback to students, to eliminate subjectivity in grading, to make grading more challenging for teachers. Correct option is B, to provide feedback to students. What is the primary focus of the flipped classroom model? Lecture-based instruction during class time, student-centered learning outside of class, traditional teaching method, assessment-driven instructions. And the correct option is option B, student-centered learning outside of class. Which of the following is a characteristic of authentic assessment? Standardized format, focus on rote memorization, real-world application, emphasis on competition, and the correct option is option C, real world application. What is the primary goal of universal design for learning? Providing equal access to education for all students, standardizing curriculum and instruction, eliminating individualized accommodation, promoting teacher-centered instruction. Correct option is option A. Which of the following is not a key component of effective classroom management? Establishing clear expectations, building positive relationship with students, implementing punitive measures, providing opportunities for student engagement. And correct option is option C, implementing punitive measures. According to the Piaget's theory of cognitive development, what is the primary process through which children construct knowledge? Assimilation, accommodation, imitation, memorization. And the correct option is option B, accommodation. According to the Gardner's theory of multiple intelligence, which type of intelligence involves sensitivity to sounds, rhythms, and tones? Linguistic intelligence, musical intelligence, logical mathematical intelligence, spatial intelligence. And correct is musical intelligence. Which of the following teaching strategies emphasizes the importance of providing students with choices and autonomy in their learning? Direct instruction, differentiated instruction, student-centered learning, lecture-based learning, and student-centered learning is correct option. Which of the following assessment methods is most effective for providing ongoing feedback and guiding instruction during the learning process? Summative assessment, authentic assessment, formative assessment, standardized testing. Formative assessment is correct option. In context of educational psychology, what does self-efficacy refer to? A student's belief in their ability to succeed in specific situations, a student's level of intelligence, a student's social skills, a student's motivation to learn. Correct option is option A. What is the primary goal of peer-assisted learning strategies? Fostering competition among students, providing opportunities for social interaction, reducing teacher workload, enhancing student collaboration and learning. Correct option is option D, enhancing student collaboration and learning. Which of the following is an example of an open-ended question? What is the capital of France? How many sides does a square have? Why do you think the character made that decision? What is the atomic number of carbon? Correct option is option C. Why do you think the character made that decision? According to the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, which need must be satisfied before a student can fully engage in learning activities? Self-actualization, belongingness and love, safety, esteem. And the correct option is option C, safety. What is the primary purpose of portfolios in education? To evaluate student performance on standards tests, to provide a collection of students' work over time for assessment and reflection, to replace traditional assessments such as exam and quizzes, to rank students based on their achievements. Correct option is option B. According to the Jerome Bruner's theory of scaffolding, what role does the teacher play in the learning process? And the correct option for this question is acting as a facilitator and providing support as needed. What is the primary focus of the Reggio Emilia approach to early childhood education? Direct instruction by teachers, standardized testing, child-led learning and exploration, rote memorization, and the correct option is option C, child-led learning and exploration. What is the primary purpose of think aloud strategy in teaching? To encourage students to memorize information, to model thought process and problem solving strategies, to administer standardized testing, to promote competition among students, and correct option is option B. Which of the following best describes the purpose of a KWL chart in education? To summarize learning outcomes at the end of lesson, to activate prior knowledge and set learning goals, to assess student understanding through quizzes, to provide feedback on student performance, and correct option is option B, to activate prior knowledge. Which of the following best describes the purpose of a graphic organizer in education? To deliver lectures to students, to engage students in hands-on activities, to provide visual representation of information and concepts, to administer standardized tests. Correct option is option C. What is the primary goal of culturally responsive teaching? The correct option is option B. What is the primary focus of humanistic approach to education? Preparing students for standardized tests, promoting self-actualization and personal growth, emphasizing strict discipline and control, delivering lectures to passive learners. Correct option is option B. Which of the following best describes the purpose of a jigsaw activity in cooperative learning? To encourage competition among students, to minimize interaction and collaboration among students, to promote collaboration and share responsibility for learning, to eliminate student choice in learning activities, to promote collaboration and share responsibility for learning.